I don't know who needs to hear this, but all you gotta do is look at his past. Look at his
His simp, Pastor Poppy Dunn allegedly beat both his. Oh wow, talking about look at his past. You're giving them advice for you. You're letting them know what
all
they
you
got to
gotta
do
do is
before they
look at his
fuck with you.
past.
The Epidemic of Performative Man by 4D Shams. Let's get into it. I see 4D Shams got his corners in for this video.
And what do you do?
I own a trucking company and a car wash.
Okay, very cool. So what are some things
Okay,
you like to
Mozzie.
do for fun?
Travel,
Car wash
book
businesses.
private jets, yachts, and pop bottles in clubs.
That was lame.
Perfect day. First thing I'm gonna do.
That was lame. Just the way he put it together. He could have said that in such a cool, calm way, but the way he just put that was lame as hell.
Get your hair done, get your nails done.
Hey.
Pick you up in my double R. Probably got 1,000.
Double
rolls
R.
in a Rolls
Okay.
Royce.
1,000?
Did he just mention his Rolls Royce twice? Please, guys, like, notice I have a Rolls Royce. Guys, I have a Rolls Royce with the Rolls Royce, by the way. What's up with you, bro?
After that, I mean, shit, we gonna just go with the day. You know what I'm saying? Nah, for real.
So technically, bro isn't even planning
Shit is so
anything or
lame.
putting in much effort. He's really just flexing his money. And there's a huge argument that he's probably doing it to stroke his ego instead of doing it to make her feel special.
So we
Yeah,
gonna just go
he
with
just
the
wants to
day. That's
impress.
if we in the city.
He
If
just
we
wants
not
to try
taking
and
no
impress
trips, like
them.
I said, I'm pick you up, double R, roses.
That's the
all
third
that.
time. He said his double R. That's the third time. Oh my gosh, we get it, bro. You have a
We
so-called
heard the double
double R.
R, bro. We heard it. You got a Rolls Royce.
You know who balloons you gonna pop already.
Imagine saying all that shit and still getting popped first. You must feel so lame, bro. And if you do have all those stuff, nobody here has that shit, but you're still the first one to be picked, bro. That must mean that you're just such an unlikable person that the money still can't make girls go for you, bro. Like they would rather not have that good of a time with all that money just because of you, bro. That's different.
Why were you going to pop his finger?
Just because it was like the stuff he mentioned, like brands, cars, and stuff like that.
It's
It's not
lame.
really
Cornball.
necessary.
Yeah, he could have said it so calm, like, oh yeah, I could pick you up in my whip, we do this and this and this. And then when she pulls up and sees that she got a rose, then she's like, oh shit, this nigga's different. But the reason why he has to try so hard to mention it is because he thinks he's chopped. He thinks that he can't get her with anything else besides his Rolls Royce and some money.
Cornball.
For that matter, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm more laid back than that.
You said if it's my girl and we're in a relationship.
Could have said, I'm gonna pick you up, like, oh, I'm gonna pick you up in this, or not. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
It's
it's
cool.
corny.
I'm just saying I wouldn't have dated you anyway.
Okay.
Damn.
It's salty.
Because you got the makeup on your shirt.
Yeah.
And
Nigga, you got the
like
makeup on your face. What are you talking about? We see the makeup on your face. You got what do you call it? Enhancements as a beard. I've never seen enhancements as a beard in my life. Like, I could see it as a hairline, but I personally don't even ask my barber to put enhancements on my shit. Okay, but putting it on your beard is diabolical. With no mustache, bro. A beard with no mustache. You couldn't ask for a little bit more enhancements to cover up the mustache. What?
on your teeth.
Damn.
And it's like you got like a blood clot in your eye.
Yeah.
So those clips you just saw were from a dating show.
I'm not.
Basically,
I obviously don't know that girl. I don't care too much about it, but you can't be talking when you don't look that good yourself, bro. Like,
pop the balloon if you're not interested in the person.
gotta have
And the
some
star of the show,
self-awareness.
Mozzie, is what you would call a performative man. I like to think of performative men as guys who do things for the female gaze. From the way they act, the way they talk, the way they carry themselves, their lifestyle. It's all a facade set up to attract women. And the thing is, performative men come in
fact.
all sorts of fonts. Yes, one archetype is the rich, dope boy swag, you know, the chains, the tight skinny jeans, the tattoos, grills, trick first, ask questions later. I'm not interested in getting to know you at all.
if you
but
have
I
that kind of money, then for sure, do what you want, do what works for you. I guess trick on them as much as you want. But if you lead with that, like, you can't be surprised when you die lonely. Like people just use you for your money and they don't actually care about you. You can't be surprised.
this nice ass bag and this nice ass bracelet. Performative man archetype. But on the other end, you also got guys like these. These are also
one that
guys
wants to be
who do
different
things
from
to
every other
almost
guy.
strictly attract the female gaze. Whether it's walking around reading a book in places that just don't make sense to read a book, or getting drinks that they don't necessarily like, but they know fits a certain aesthetic that women like. Oh yeah, there's also the guys who change their whole fashion sense to appease women, wearing crop tops, painting their fingernails.
I don't
getting
even know
piercing.
if that attracts women. Like, you guys let me know in the comments. I've never seen a guy wear a crop top and expect to pull except for Duke Dennis with that one picture. Except for Duke Dennis with that one picture. But besides that, I've never seen a guy wear a crop top expecting women. Like, if I see a guy wearing a crop top, I usually just assume that, you know, they're going after the other side. Like, they're not, woman isn't really what they're looking at right now. They're focusing on an alternative option.
And don't get me wrong, you have free will. If that's what you want to do, that's your prerogative. But these guys are doing it strictly for the female gaze. And the thing is, they try so hard to be what women like instead of being themselves that it's so easy to spot. And in the process, they end up looking corny, pretending to like art to impress an artsy girl. And I know some of you guys might be thinking, no, they're not being performative. There's definitely guys.
Yeah, I was just about to say, what if the guy actually just likes art and drawing and coloring? Like, some guys can't just have hobbies that girls just happen to like anymore.
To art. And I totally agree. There's a niche group of guys who are into art and they embody this archetype naturally. But notice how I said niche. That's a key word. A lot of these guys are not part of that niche group. They're putting on a facade and they're using it to manipulate people. And the reason
if you ever feel like you need to act like something you're not just to get approval, then just know you're stepping into corny category. But if that's actually who you are, like, do you, bro? Like, rock out.
Extremely aware of how attractive women find artsy men. Seeing a fine artsy motherfucker with a nose piercing. Knowing I need to change my type if I ever want to get married. I adore creative men. They're so in touch with their emotions. And then of course we have these edits of artsy boys. I'm hoping you're starting to see the patterns here. You can't tell me my boyfriend isn't artsy. He walks around with his coffee and a camera lens.
What?
When I see the most mediocre,
that's just dumb. That has to mess up your camera. That can't be efficient.
Artsy. He walks around with his coffee and a camera.
And I mean, whatever coffee store you go to, they probably offer you a cup. Or you're just like, oh, no thanks. No thanks. I have my camera. Like, bro, what? That doesn't even make sense. That's just so dumb.
When I see the most mediocre man, but he has features that vaguely resemble a woman and he's in some way artsy. Realize that when I feel attraction on any sort of level, it's towards extremely feminine men, women in practically every font, or androgynous people. Pretty artsy.
That pretty much summarizes these kind of girls that are looking for these guys drinking out of cameras. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm black, but I feel like the girls that I'm even looking for, like my girl, like, wouldn't want a feminine man. Like, no girl I've ever wanted in my life gave off the vibe that they're looking for a feminine man. So this is just not something that I see that often.
Hearts, silent repost. I love Bob Ross too, girl. Silent repost. Me, literally define me. Yes. This is oddly specific and fitting. Mine is good at gardening.
Yeah, I think it's definitely the white guys that are falling into this category of these like overly performative, like artsy boys. I don't know. I just don't see much of my people going out of their way to do this shit.
Yes. Oh my god, same. Very accurate. So real. Me for real. Wait, that's me. And for all the guys who are still putting on this performative artsy guy persona, sorry to break it to you, but the method has been patched. When a man presents himself as artsy and vulnerable, but he really just stole his personality from every girl he's been with. Now let's look at the comments. My type, unfortunately. Why is it bad? Yeah, so maybe the method wasn't patched after all. Don't remind me of that. But no, on a serious note though, women are starting to catch on just how corny these guys are. POV, guy who pretends to know art.
Okay.
So, if you were to go back into pre-industrialized.
All right, bro. Like, this, I don't even know if this is performative, but there are some. My brother's definitely the type to start over-explaining some art. But this is just lame. Like, I don't want to hear about how the art was created, dude. But again, I'm not a girl, so maybe some girls are into this.
So this is a nuanced graffiti approach.
And keep in mind, these guys come in almost every age range. Sure, in the past they were probably referred to by a different name, maybe like hipsters or posers, but it's the same archetype. That guy who's way too artsy.
Hey, if you're around tonight, I'm putting together an audio-visual experience.
I already know whatever that girl was about to say was not about to be funny, bro. But yeah, let's go ahead and see. Yeah, I don't have YouTube Premium. So you guys gotta like, comment, subscribe so I can afford YouTube Premium, bro. This shit is crazy. But we got this Brazen family. Let's go ahead and get to YouTube Premium.
Putting together an audio-visual experience? Yeah, it's like an underground, visual, audio, sensual, artistic, tribute to like the duality of man. Like it's really hard to describe, but it's like, it's gonna be in a basement. There's gonna be dancers. There's gonna be pottery. There's gonna be cheese tasting at the end. Dress code is like whatever, but you don't have to wear clothes. And
obviously this is satire, but there's really guys who are living like
that. Wasn't that funny.
And it's super misleading and almost feels predatory how they fake their personality to get laid.
I'm really into female empowerment. Kim Gordon's hot. I love women. I think I'm gonna do something feminist and paint my nails. Maybe,
I just
wear some
don't
earrings.
relate to this because nobody in
just
my
so
group
sad
or
how
nobody in my circle, like I keep saying, it might be because I'm black and I hang around a lot of black friends or whatever, but none of us are just going out like this. No one's doing this. No one I know. So I think this is just like low-key a white guy specific issue. So like the same way like black guys be having the problem of trying to be YNs and trying to like act hood and tough and shit, just to bag like, you know, ghetto girls and shit. Like, and white guys don't really do that as often as black guys. I feel like black guys don't really do this like artsy performative shit as much as the white guys do it. So I can't relate to a lot of this stuff that she's talking about.
Women are. When I go to shows, I beat up men that are misogynistic. I only go for emo girls because equality. Tell me about your problems, queen. But kiss me first.
POV, your date is a performative male.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up? You look gorgeous. Can you hold my matcha?
Of course he has matcha.
I'm gonna get a shot of you on my dispo if that's okay.
Sure.
3 and 3 books at once is crazy.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, come on in. You can go ahead and have a seat over there if you want.
Okay.
What's on your keychain?
Oh, this? This is my Laboo.
I don't know. This, maybe some girls just go for this, but if me as a guy seeing this guy, like my brain just automatically thinks that he probably goes for the other side. And that's not even like a disrespect thing, but just the mannerisms, the tonality, having a bunny hanging off your chain. I don't know.
Oh,
I would just assume so.
I also have this Labubu here. This one's rare. It's huge, but I don't know. I'm just kind of into like the whole Labubus lately. I don't know what it is.
So
Yeah,
what are you reading?
He is capping
Right
his
now I'm
ass
reading
up.
Secret History, Metamorphosis, and Anna Karenina. But I usually do 2 at a time. I was feeling a little crazy today, though. So I really recommend this.
3
You
books
can
at the
borrow it if you
same
want. It is
time. This guy is different, bro.
And outside of the getup, the costume that they put on, these guys will do any and everything to sound deep, to sound profound. They're always using words like nuance, duality, equality, feminism, just anything to make them seem more intelligent, more woke. And all they do is basically virtue signal. Whatever's the popular opinion of the day, they're gonna align themselves with it. They're the type of guys who'll say something like, can we talk about the socioeconomic
state of the world right now?
Sometimes and I hang out with other people that are my age and they're just kind of
Yeah, this shit is it's crazy. This shit probably happened like 4 years ago, and it's still one of the corniest clips that I've ever seen, bro.
my phone selfie. I'm just like,
Can we?
dude, like,
Can we?
oh
my gosh.
Can we talk
Can we
about
the
like the
political and economic state of the world right now?
And if you don't believe me when I say that performative men do the things they do as a form of manipulation, I'll just let a performative man tell you himself.
To all the matcha drinking, Claro listening performative guys out there, you guys should be ashamed of yourselves. You guys took away the one thing that I had.
Oh, you were different. You were actually that. He might be. Who knows? He might be. But the way he's talking, this definitely feels performative, bro.
When it came to manipulating women. I used to be able to go into a cafe
That's
and
crazy.
order a matcha, and everyone would look at me like I'm super niche.
And luckily, women are starting to see through the facade, and performative men have almost become a meme. You got performative male contests, you see the matcha.
Wow, this is a real thing. I've never seen these guys.
Have almost become a meme.
These
You
kind
got
of guys before. I just don't see them that often.
You see the matcha, the tote bags, feminist literature.
Sometimes I see them in Manhattan because I live in New York, but I don't be seeing them around the area I live in and the place I go to school at. So
Labubus. We got another contest.
Such an honor.
Actually, I see some of them, actually.
Voted the most performative man.
That's crazy. And I know some of you guys are thinking, Shams, this seems pretty harmless. I mean, what's the big deal? Stop being so uptight. But see, performative men become a real issue when they turn into
that's interesting. So I usually just be assuming they're gay. So if these guys are actually going for girls, then are they doing the gay method? Like, where they act like the gay best friend to get in? Because when I see them, I just assume they're like the gay best friend. So could they actually be with these like girls that they're in the friend groups with and actually be cracking them? Different.
Crazy.
Never even crossed my mind for real.
And I know some of you guys are thinking, Shams, this seems pretty harmless. I mean, what's the big deal? Stop being so uptight. But see, performative men become a real issue when they turn into something called a pander bear. You could call this the next evolution of a performative man. Pander bears are these men in real life and on social media who basically make it their whole personality to shit on other men and say and do anything to appease women, to pander to women, to make women feel good. And to some extent, their content content is really rage bait because they'll say whatever sounds good to women, even if it doesn't necessarily make sense. Women who are emotionally vulnerable, women who may have been emotionally abused, will easily fall for it. I'm gonna show you some clips of some of the stuff they say. Now,
Oh wait, it's a black guy this time. Whoa, bro, please don't represent us bad, bro.
Sound clearly ridiculous.
I've been talking so highly of us, like we're above this shit, bro. Please don't do this to me.
But some of it is gonna make sense. But when you give it more context, when you take a deeper look at it, you start to see that the intention behind it isn't pure.
Her Cash App and Zelle, and what's her full name and birthday? Book her a trip. If you really want her, do something different. Stop asking her to the movies, or the dinner. She can drive there herself. Do something no one else is asking her for. Take her on.
Okay. So this is a little different from like the whole matcha, Labubu thing. This is just one of those niggas that are, you know, subtle flexing. Like, I'll give you the whole world. Like, yo, like, bro, like, obviously, like, buy her the world on the first date. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you going out for lunch, dude? Why don't you take her to Cuba? This kind of guy. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. My people do this too. Everyone. I think every race be doing this shit.
Otherwise, leave her alone. Let a rich demon come and get her. Oh, man, she need to be... Nobody want to hear about your spiritual future, motherfucker. She want to be on a plane getting back shots on a balcony.
I mean, he was right about one thing. He's definitely a demon. But can we admit how crazy the stuff he said sounds? So you want me to take this lady that I just met, I barely know, she doesn't know my background, I don't know her background, on a vacation? And you want me to
he's not really making content for actually educating men, bro. That content is just a booty call, bro. He's just trying to get every girl in his area to hit him up because so that they can get a free trip or whatever. That's just a booty call video, bro.
For all the expenses, outside of how dumb that sounds.
His reaction to that video is expecting girls in his DMs. Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, I fucked with your video so hard, bro. Like blah blah blah, and then start flirting with them, and then he's like, oh, let me fly you. That's literally his train of thought when he made that video.
We talk about how unsafe that is, especially for the lady. Like, imagine women truly started following this advice. Trafficking would literally go through the roof.
No.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but all you gotta do is look at his past. Look at his...
Beer simp, pastor, Poppy Dunn allegedly beat both his... Oh, wow. Talking about look at his past. You're giving them advice for you. You're letting them know what they gotta do before they fuck with you.
Look at his...
Look at your past, buddy. Look at your past.
He's giving them tips and tricks for him.
But you ain't cash at that girl all fucking week, King.
What are you talking about? Wow.
Yo, it's so funny.
This is a crazy expose. I'm not gonna lie. This is like career destroying. Does he still make videos after this is public? Like, you're giving dating advice, acting like you're this top tier guy that every girl would want, and you're over here playing Mortal Kombat with your baby mothers, bro. What's going on?
Listen, if a man asks you what you bring to the table, that man has a low credit score.
I don't know. Maybe he's just a normal functioning adult who's looking for a partner and not someone.
I mean, that's a weird question when you're talking to someone. Like, you can figure out what the other person has to offer while talking with them, and if they seem like they have such little value, then why are you talking to them? Or at least in a serious way. Like, if you're just looking for casual fun and you don't care about what they bring to the table, but if you actually look at them seriously, why can't you figure out what they bring to the table by yourself? Like, and if you can't see it, then why are you dealing with someone that's so low value that you can't see any value in them to the point that you have to ask them, like, hey, what's your value?
Sugar daddy or expects him to baby them.
It's a weird question.
Unable to provide for his woman should not be having sex. Brother.
And see, this is what I'm saying. These guys will literally say anything, and people who are emotionally riled up will just eat it up. How about instead of neglecting your partner, just working together
bro. The girl choose to have sex with these guys too. What are you talking about?
On your feet. So okay, these examples I showed you were pretty obvious in their ridiculousness.
The girls are obviously fine with those guys if they're having sex with them. It takes two to have sex.
So I can't even say that. But the next couple of examples I'm gonna show you sound more wholesome. But again, the intention behind why it's being said aren't so pure.
Sometimes, bro, her anger ain't even anger. It's built up hurt. Because women don't just wake up angry.
Oh, it's one of these. Okay. All right, bro. All right, brother. You're gonna do this thing where the girl is just never in the wrong. It's always somehow traces back to a guy. There's no accountability to be taken.
Slowly drown in ignored feelings until that emotion erupts. Never underestimate how fast a woman will cut you off for making her feel like she's begging for your love. Some of y'all don't like this, but
usually we call girls pick-me's, but this is a guy pick-me right here.
And the girl who did nothing to deserve it is.
This is a guy pick me right here. And there's nothing wrong with, like, you know, standing up for girls and shit. But when your whole channel is bashing guys to, like, you know, to win girls over to your channel, then you become like a male pick me. This is kind of crazy, dude.
Abuse. And no man plays the victim better than the one who caused the damage.
Why? But the thing is, you could easily make videos saying nobody plays the victim except for the one who does the damage. You can make general statements because these are true for both genders. Both genders do the things you're talking about. But instead, you're doing this pandering to one side. So you can get some puss in your DMs, bro.
You holding him accountable for his actions, you're bringing stress and drama and being negative.
And let's just go ahead and look at some of these comments. Clap emoji. Amen. 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 Preach.
Yeah,
I've never heard anything more accurate. Wow, this man gets
He
it.
gets
He spoke
me.
the whole truth. So true. These are all women, by the way. All women. Again, comment section full of women. All women. 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 Facts. 1000%. Finally, a man that understands my psychology. Straight running facts. Living proof. Finally, someone understands us. They always make it look like it's us when it's them.
Or
Finally,
it could be both. It could be like both genders do stupid shit and act weird and hurt, and they both hurt each other. It's not one gender just fucking hurting the hell out of the other when it comes to these emotional relationships. Like, both genders be cheating, both genders be hurting the other person, provoking them to anger. It's not just one or the other, bro.
understands. I love the parents that raised you. That's exactly what it is. Thank you. More men should listen to this. Thank you for understanding women pain and hurt. Yeah, so these guys sound really good on paper. Well, I guess in this case, camera. They're so understanding of women. They're great guys, right? Yeah, so
Sorry.
Pastor Poppy Don, and that name should tell you all you need to
know. Oh, look at the eye, the chin. You did this with your knuckles, fam? Bro, you're in the wrong career, bro. Sign him up for UFC 500 or whatever UFC fight is coming up next. What? Dude, this eye is damn near black. Look, you can't even see where her pupil is. He's over here talking about this guy in the video, wasn't he talking about, like, yo, if he can't fly you out, yo, stop fucking with him. If he can't beat your ass like this, man, you don't even know who you're working with.
What the fuck, bro? Yeah, so he got exposed for being abusive. Dude literally beats on his baby mothers. Derek Jackson, the relationship guru, literally cheated on his wife. Another guy, Medusa's judge.
Yikes, that guy that was talking, that was overly pandered, the male pick me.
Jackson,
that understands all of women's emotions, is over here. Wow, that's tough.
Guru literally cheated on his wife. Another guy, Medusa's Judgment, got exposed by his ex.
Medusa's Judgment, also known as Poetic Exposure, is facing backlash after his ex-girlfriend shared a 3-part TikTok series.
First things first, dude. This pandering shit has to be working, because I don't know how did this guy bag this girl?
Revealing that he's
what?
Not the person
How does that even happen, bro?
Dude basically got exposed for being a
revealing that he's not the person he pretends to be online.
Dude basically got exposed
that shit
for
might
being
actually be a method for some
the
guys.
saddest case of a pander bear situation is Joy Chandra. Again, this was another guy whose whole platform was about pandering to women. And what does he end up doing? Well, he murders his ex-girlfriend Maria.
That took a turn. I thought we were still talking about cheating, you know, putting hands on women, straight up killed.
In front of her 3-year-old daughter. Are we not starting to see the
in
pattern?
front of her 3-year-old daughter?
He murders his ex-girlfriend Maria in front of her 3-year-old daughter. Are we not starting to see the pattern
That's
here?
insane.
Women need to realize that for a man to be a pander bear, it takes a certain level of obsession. These men literally
that's actually really true. They change themselves. Their normal selves isn't good enough to get poom, so they literally change how they present themselves to the world just so they can get women. That's a different level of crazy. Your normal self isn't normal enough to get women, so you have to create a version of yourself to try and get women. I see the problem with them now. I see the problem with Performative Men, because before this was such a non-issue when watching it, but I see the problem with them now. These guys are so weird that they make a whole new personality so they can get a woman in, and then they should reveal their true selves when they're already trapped in the relationship.
how women think. They literally analyze everything about women. And once they've downloaded the data, that's how they're able to do things like say all the right things, sound like they're the perfect man. For example, with a guy like Derek Jackson, he knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
From the way that the camera is set up, from the way his arms
And the girl he cheated on his wife is probably some girl from social media that was so enamored by his pandering that she hit him up and like, oh my God, you just really understand me, and start flirting. And then that's probably what happened, bro. Because I promise you that's literally what's on his mind when he's making these videos, bro.
Veins, the tight shirt, the way he's sitting, the well-groomed haircut, the way he speaks to the camera.
All right, bro. Like, niggas can groom themselves. Let's calm down. The tight shirt, okay, you might have a point with that, but come on, let's not get on him for grooming himself. Like, come on, let's get haircuts.
Shirt, the way he's sitting, the well-groomed haircut, the way he speaks to the camera. He knows who his audience is. Like, of course, the lady who's mad at her husband, who's having trouble in her marriage, is gonna find this video enjoyable. His whole character is being this Chad who understands women and is super connected to his emotions. But I don't want to drag this video on for too long. All I'm gonna say is, for any woman out there who's falling for these pandering men, these performative men, please take extra precaution.
Yeah, you gotta be real careful with them, because they're, you like, deep down you know that's not their truth. Especially women that think they're as perceptive as they say they are. Bro, you know these men aren't really who they say they are. And you know that once they reveal their true selves, and they make this personality because it's their true self, there's a reason why they hide it. So you're in for it, man. But yeah, this is a crazy video. This is actually a really good video. I'm gonna actually subscribe to 4D Shams. But yeah, make sure to subscribe to me too if you guys like reaction like these. I'm trying to blow up this channel. So if you want to join the Brazen family, now's the time to do it and be an early member. Thanks for watching.